Buhari's admission that only God can solve Nigeria's problem, a sign that APC has failed. Opposition parties announced to the news info. Major opposition parties have criticized former President Muhammadu Buhari for urging Nigerians to seek divine intervention to revive the country. When did he say that? It's not okay for saying that we need divine intervention. Instead of admitting the failures of successive All Progressive Congress-led governments, they will not take it now. They will not admit that they are wrong. Buhari will never admit that he is the architect of what we are going through in this country right now. We should seek divine intervention. It's not okay. When did he say it? Nigerian Punch report that Buhari's remarks made in Hausa during an APC stakeholder meeting in Katsina on Saturday have sparked widespread reactions, particularly on social media. The former president has stated, only God who created Nigeria can solve the problems of Nigeria. When people know the atrocities that he committed, is it God that told you people to be stealing money? Or all the resources that God has given to us, is it the one that told us to mismanage it? Or for us to have bad leaders that only care about themselves and their families, it is God that should come down and help us. I know, okay. It is God that created Nigerians that can solve Nigerian problems. Really, he said that. He should be ashamed of himself. Encouraging his supporters not to give up on the country. The National Publicity Secretary of the new Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, Ladipo Johnson, in an interview with Punch, described Buhari's comment as a clear reflection of the APC's inability to address the nation-pressing issues. Of course, they cannot address it. You think they came there to address anything? No. They came there just to mark register as president. He said, well, it's an admission that the APC government has totally failed Nigerians, and they have led us down to an economic downturn. This statement by the former president shows that even the current administration is confused, very, very. It also means that they have no clue about what they have been doing all this while. It's like a trial and error process. What we need is the right set of leaders. The APC has failed and cannot provide the leadership required to turn the fortunes of this country around. The People's Democratic Party shared the same sentiments. In a phone chat with Punch, the Deputy National Youth Leader of the PDP, Timothy Osadolo, said Buhari's remark was also an indictment on President Bola Tinubu's administration. He said, first and foremost, I think Nigerians should commend Buhari for being honest about the state of the nation and the reality of today's government, which he is an architect for. As he acknowledged the fact that he was the problem, he was the one that caused all this issue from the onset. He did not acknowledge that. He did not. Buhari, however, failed to mention that he laid the groundwork for this government and his ineptitude. It is a continuation of his past leadership failure. Again, it's a vote of no confidence in President Tinubu, which further reaffirms what we have been saying, that the man is just there, giving people colorful speeches and doing nothing. It is not a time to criticize Buhari for what he said or why he said it. It's a wake-up call to this government and all Nigerians to salvage this country from going the way of South Sudan. This is what happens in countries where leadership fails, so we must not give in to partisan or nepotism. President Tinubu only consolidated on the ineptitude of Buhari, who was just fortunate enough to lead this country. Therefore, all men of good, we must stand up and salvage what remains of this country before things fall apart. Who is going to salvage it? Who are the men of good that will stand up and salvage it? Nigeria can only get it right if the leaders are there. Similarly, the national youth leader of the Labour Party, Prince Kennedy Ahanotu, said he wasn't surprised by Buhari's speech because he was one of a few well-meaning Nigerians who knew he had nothing to offer the country. Ahanotu added that it was high time Nigerians gave the younger generation a chance to correct the ills of the past. He said, the truth is that I am not a fan of Buhari and never expected him to do well, so I am not surprised that he did nothing for 8 years. But my point is that we are in a country where before a new president takes over, there is always a perception that he will do better. Unfortunately, after each successive regime, there will be lamentation that he didn't do well. However, we have options in Nigeria. I keep saying it, until we include a younger generation of leaders, we cannot enjoy the dividends of democracy that are happening all around the world. So there is no point lamenting because there is another sheriff in town. But just like all the letters former President Obasanjo wrote to him, Buhari neither heeded nor implemented any of the advice. So if the ex-president decides again to write Tinubu today, he is also at leisure to listen or not to any of the counsels. This is because successful APC government don't listen to people they consider outsiders. Yes, they don't listen to anybody. So what makes you think they are even going to listen to the youth that want to advise? It's not as if we are even saying, okay, let us come there. Let us tell you what to do. Just implement it. But no, they will not do it. They will not listen to anybody. They are always right. To them, they are always right. This is why I said Buhari's lamentation does not make any sense to me. It's not something I even want to talk about because it is their system. Don't forget this current president was among those who protested and fought in Nadeko for the government to do the right thing. But today, it is not safe or healthy to protest in Nigeria. It is not. You cannot protest. If you protest now, they carry you. It is well. Creek Commando says Buhari was a monumental disaster. I swear, a very, very big monumental disaster. A man the entire North treated as their best abandoned governance, lost focus and was busy hounding the dots in a cycle. That dots really spiritually rubbished his government. See, until justice, equity and egalitarianism become the fulcrum of Nigeria's coexistence, the country will continue to remain behind. Lament, lag and lack. I'm telling you. Olade Sadiq says, see Momo talking. He's talking through his anus and thinking like a cow. Tino Yadeni says, Buhari is the architect of the failure, inefficient leader. Yes, so he's the architect of what the problems that we are going through right now. He's the head and tail of the matter. He's the cause. Vina Eze says, idiots are Nigerian and Northern Fulani terrorists. Shut up. Is UK and America asking for God's guidance? Talk of a failure indeed. You will pray and get tired because no solution will come. The Biafran's blood you shed for nothing is working against Nigeria until Somalia will be better than your zoo except you let Biafrans go. Okay now. Saldana Idrisna says, just admit that you failed Nigerians. Exactly. Instead of him to just admit that oh, you know that you did wrong. You know that you are the cause of all these problems that we are going through. You are coming here to say that it is God that created Nigeria that will solve the issue of Nigeria. Really? Is it God that is siphoning money? Is it God that is stealing money and not using the money that is meant to use for the citizens to be using it to do something else? Is it God? He has given you all you need to govern, but failed to utilize those apparatus ranging from human resources to material. Or maybe we are expecting God to come and tell you what to do and what not to do. From what is happening now, APC is not a party meant for good governance. It is like its agenda is to destroy Nigerians. I'm telling you, they are here to kill, to steal, and to destroy. That's their mission. It is their mission. Ihan Arisa says, it's foolishness to ask to come to our aid in this contraption called Nigeria. I'm telling you. Adim Monyema says, stop insults the Almighty. You better say only fearing God person will solve Nigerian problems. You are corruption leader whole around the world. Mr. Muhammad Buhari, corruption leader and lies. That's what it is. Agia Maskama says, when you use religion to win election and fail to perform, you need to apologize to Northern Party. Apologize to I beg. Tinubu, no any Northern that will rule this country again, or Nigeria will support you. Northerners have killed this country. I'm telling you. They have. It is well. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.